Hello, people of the wired world. We are here to welcome you to our Sunday recap. Today is Wednesday, November 8th. We are recapping Sunday, November 5th. I'm Greg.
And I'm James.
And we'd like to welcome you to the Gate of Life recap.
Can you hear it? Can you feel it? It's the rhythm of a gospel song.
Remind you if that you want to receive notifications or reminders about recap if you miss a service and you just want to see what the scriptures was and a summary of the sermon. You can check us out on YouTube at Gate of Life Bethel Lutheran, and then you can also check us out on Facebook at Bethel Lutheran, Rochester, Minnesota. So yeah, hit that like button, yos.
Yeah, do it. Today's service was All Saints Sunday.
That's right. Yeah.
So you see all these candles behind us. That is, they're being lit for people, for us to remember who've passed away. Mm-hmm. There were 32 names read today during the service, and a candle was lit for each one of those individuals that had passed away in the last year. Today's first verse was from 1 John, talking about that we are children of God. We have a Father who will always be there for us in our good times, in our bad, in our sorrow, and in our happiness. At the end of days, when we pass away and we are raised up, that is the face that we will see. Mm-hmm. As it's told to us in the reading today.
Today was listening to the Beatitudes, and it feeds off that comforting and what we can expect following this life, regardless of persecution or troubles or trials that you go through. And Jesus lists all of these. He reminds us who we are and our identity, and that there is a great reward at the end, just to have that faith. And in the sermon we talk a little bit about that childlike faith as well.
We all know in the end what we are. We are children of God.
That's right. Yeah, we are children of God. The children's sermon today, Pastor Wall asked all the children for their IDs, their identification. And he was like, do you have an identification? Do you have identification? And the kids were like, nope, I don't have one. I'm just a kid. He's like, well, how'd you get in here? And then he asked all the parents and the congregation members if they had identification. Of course, we all do, because we drive cars. And if you don't and you're driving a car, we won't tell anybody.
Nope.
It's the identity of being a child of Christ.
Right?
We are all children of Christ, of God,
right.
Children of God. So It's pretty neato burrito.
Till they do get their driver's license, they do have an ID. Mm-hmm. And he told them that you have the cross of Christ from when you're baptized on your forehead. So That is your ID for eternity. Today's sermon with Pastor Wall was called
A Real Identity.
A Real Identity. And he told a story of a gentleman that was on a vacation with his wife. They went to eat at this restaurant, and their server asked him where they were from. And he said, oh, you're a teacher of preachers. So he says, I have a story to tell you guys.
Oh my gosh, a story within a story?
Story within
That's
a story.
That's some Inception stuff right there.
When he was 12 years old, he would go to church late and leave early, before the benediction was over. But then the pastor started talking about the benediction before he could get out. So he was stuck. He had to wait. And the pastor said, I've never talked to you before. The pastor told him that you are a child of God.
Yeah.
And that's something that this server took with him the rest of his life.
And kind of going off of this, Pastor Wall had another really awesome connection, really good story that was kind of mind-blowing for me. And he told about an auction that happened. He was listing off all these items that were seemed like they were cheap, like jewelry or furniture and stuff that you could pick up anywhere else for like maybe really low numbers, like $50 or $100 and stuff. But they were going from auction for like thousands of dollars. And the reason why they're so expensive and invaluable was because they belong to Jackie Kennedy. Yeah. Yep. And in the same way, our lives and who we are is invaluable because of who we are, our identity, our children to God. To God, we are invaluable, and we are worth so much to Him that He sends His one and only Son, to die for us, so that we can have that hope and have that kingdom of heaven that's promised. So I thought that was pretty amazing that it is because of who we're connected with and what our identity is that we are so invaluable to such a good Father. So as children of God. Yep. We hope to see you next week. Just remember to be disciples of Christ, disciples of God, and always remember, be salty, my friends, and we'll see you next week.
Can you hear it? Can you feel it? It's the rhythm of a gospel
people of the wild world. Wild world.
Nailed it, just like Martin Luther. We Martin Luthered it.
We Martin Luther did.
Martin Luthered it.
Hello, people of the wild. Why am I saying wild? That's twice in a row.
Oh, okay, third time's a charm. It's all you.